Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Happy Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day. Hopefully you're enjoying some time with family and friends. I have some friends in town, which is really cool. So just kind of celebrating and enjoying. And it's also, I would be remiss if I did not also say not only happy Memorial Day, but also happy birthday to Mrs. Judge. Yes, it's Mrs. Judge's birthday. So we're going to celebrate and do whatever Mrs. Judge wants to do. So happy wife, happy life, as they say. But all right, so today we're going to dive into the Michter's 10-year rye. So this is the 2023 release. Brand new release, just came out last month, back in April, but probably honestly just starting to hit shelves now in the May timeframe. So you guys know me, right? Michter's is one of my favorite just whiskey brands as a whole. I'm a big fan of Michter's as a whole. And I will say, I give them credit. They are, many people may or may not know, but Michter's is doing a lot of, let's call it improvements and investment back in their business, which is really important. So they're investing back in their business. They've, really kind of improved as a whole, like from a bottling operation standpoint. So they're putting a lot of time and effort and money in terms of like really kind of improving the bottling operations, the facility as a whole. But then also, they are now a 24/7 operation business. So not the location that's right downtown Louisville, but the one outside of Louisville, just a little bit outside. That one is purely 24/7. So their goal, they're trying to keep up with demand. They're making more and more whiskey, which is a good thing, with hopefully without jeopardizing quality. So they're trying to make sure that they, from a quality standpoint, that they truly keep the quality level up as well. So shout out to Dan McKee, Andrea, the master distiller and the master of maturation over at Michter's. I love what they're doing, and I'm ready to dive into this 10-year rye. Cool? All right, so brand new release. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So what do we know, Judge? Let me open this one up real quick. So again, this one just came out, aged 10 years. So that means the youngest whiskey in here is at least 10 years. There's probably some older whiskey in here as well. Kind of like the bourbon that I heard rumors of it having 13, 14, 15-year-old whiskey in it. This one as well. So aged at least 10 years, but there probably is some older whiskey in here as well. Of course, this is a limited edition, so this is really hard to find, right? Don't get me wrong, I get it. It's a limited edition, very hard to find. A lot of times when I review these, it's not so much about hunting for the bottle only itself to add to your collection. It's also about, is it worth even trying in a bar, restaurant, whiskey bar. I mean, there's so many, the rise of whiskey bars out there. It's about just having it as an experience. That to me is equally important, because there's a lot of bottles that even I can get. But if I watch a review from like one of my peers, like a SLB Drinks or a Jason from Master Drum, I'm like, damn, I want that bottle, but I may not be able to own it. Hopefully I can at least try it at a bar. So this is probably one where if you can't find it, hopefully you can at least try it in a bar. Cool? All right. Ooh. Love that sound. All right. So again, age at least 10 years. The proof, they are very consistent. This one, I believe, yep, still comes in at, make sure, 92.8 proof. So 92.8 proof. I will say, when they came out with this last year, actually, let's go back 2 years. 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, 2020, I bought the 2020 Michter's 10-year rye for $140. Last year, 2022, it was $185, and now the new price for the Michter's 10-year rye, drum roll, $200. Yes, $200. So obviously the price has risen. I mean, it's really increased year over year, but even from last year, from $185 to even $200, prices are going up, folks. Whew, big time. Big time. Whiskey is expensive, especially for allocator releases. Really, really expensive. So we're going to come back to the price in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get into this nose real quick. So I will say, from a mash bill perspective, they don't give you the exact mash bill, but we do know it's not a 95.5. So it's not 95% rye, 5% malted barley. It's not that. They actually do say that there's a good bit of corn and malted barley in the mash bill. So we know, of course, it's at least 51% rye, but we don't know the exact mash bill. But there is definitely a good bit of corn as well as malted barley in the mash bill, which is definitely evident by the nose, because I will say the nose is extremely sweet, which you don't normally get a ton of sweetness from a lot of like, you know, a traditional rye, but because there's a lot of corn in the mash bill, I expected to have a lot of sweet notes in here. But I will say this nose is fantastic. I mean, wow. This is really, really, really good. Oh, this is nice. So this is a couple things. You have the traditional like mint and almost like a floral note to it, but it's also combined with, which you don't normally get this a lot in rye whiskeys. It's combined with like the caramel, the brown sugar. Oh man, that traditional Michter's, a little bit of like that kind of like a marshmallow note in a way, some vanilla. It's like that s'mores note, which you always get in their bourbons, of course, but it even comes through because the whole toasting process of how they toast their barrels, very just, you know, unique toasting as a whole to their barrels. So it picks up even in the rye. You get like that kind of like that marshmallow note, like the vanilla, the caramel. Oh my gosh. With a little bit of mint, smidge of floral, smidge of caramel, and just kind of sprinkled in like brown sugar, just sprinkled in on top. Oh my goodness. This is one brand, boy. Prices go up across the board. None of us are happy with them, but this is one brand that, whew, I love the brand. I can't lie. Every time I open a bottle of Michter's, I'm like, damn, it's just like, it hits home. But let's get into this palette real quick. All right, real quick, 3 quick, easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts on the Michter's 10-year rye. Have you tried it yet? If so, what are your thoughts on it? Last but not least, please make sure you also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. All right, folks. Whew. This is quite nice on the nose. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. Wow. I'm a little lost for words on this one. Hold on, let me get a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh my goodness. Wow. There's not typically a moment in my household where the judge is silenced. Look on the legs. You may not be able to see that with the camera, but look at the legs on that. There's a little drop left in here too. Mrs. Judge often will say, please stop talking. Well, this Michter's 10-year rye has me lost for words. Everything that I described in the nose is definitely in the palate and the finish. 92.8 proof. It's a very nice, soft, and delicate experience, but it is not a watered down experience. Hear me on that one. Obviously, they proof it down a little bit, but it does not taste like it is watered down. It has such body, such character. The richness from the pepper in the nose, from the obviously the rye, blended in with the caramel, those vanilla notes, that kind of like that marshmallow campfire experience notes because of their toasting process. That, my friends, holy shit. Oh man, this is so damn good. So I did a contest for my patrons. 2 different winners are gonna win 2 ounce samples of this for my patrons. We did a contest. Folks, you are going to love this bottle if you have a chance. I know it's a $200 bottle. I am giving it a buy. I don't give a lot of things at $200 a buy, but this is flat out ridiculously good. And I don't say it's decent, it's ridiculously good. Even if you can't find a bottle yourself, I get it, it's really expensive or hard to find. Try it in a bar. It's definitely worth a pour in a bar for however much costs in a bar. Probably like, 15, 20 bucks at a bar. Absolutely worth a 2 ounce pour in the bar for sure. Oh my goodness. I'm going back for another one. This is way better than even last year. The 2022, which was really good. This is way better. It blows it out the water. Holy crap, this is good. Cheers, everybody. Take care.